Here we go. Welcome, warriors. Let's do it again. Let's start with a deep breath. In through the nose. Count to 10. Out through the mouth. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. Remember, you are safe. We have enough food. You are enough for everyone here. Your journey is valid. And let's jump right into inflammation, insulin, and inner peace. How the body heals from the inside out. Who's ready to learn why calm isn't just an emotion? It's actually biology. Let's start with what inflammation actually is, okay? Inflammation. It's a buzzword. But what does it really mean? You know, I have a lot of people actually ask me, what is inflammation? Is it swelling? Is it what is it? You know, in the beginning, everyone's like, oh, you're releasing inflammation. Aren't I just losing weight? You know, what is inflammation? So let's define it. Inflammation is your body's built-in healing signal. Imagine a tiny cut on your hand. It gets red, warm, a little puffy sometimes. That is the inflammation, little ions, rushing in white blood cells to repair the damage. That's good inflammation, doing what it's supposed to do. The problem comes when the body's alarm stays on long after the wound is gone. Chronic inflammation is like leaving the lights on all night long. It drains your energy. Man, you get $1,000 heat bill, energy bill. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You can't pay that. You can't have that inflammation in your joints, on your hands, in your shoulders. So it shows up as fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, headaches, swelling, bloating, even mood swings can be simple chronic inflammation. That is what they would categorize it as, simple chronic inflammation, because it's just dealing with the simple things. It's not just in one place, it's systematic. And that's where healing from the inside out matters. If you've ever felt that whole body tired that you just can't explain, you know you've had systematic inflammation. That is what systematic inflation is. The dogs. So why does chronic inflammation start? What makes it do that? Why me? What keeps the inflammation stuck in that on position? What we've been working on the last couple days? Stress. Mental or physical. They keep cortisol high. Ultra-processed foods, especially artificial sugars and seed oils, they keep the immune cells reactive. Poor sleep, Lisa, and dehydration make repair of inflammation harder. So it stays in the areas that it is, so it doesn't have to move. And insulin resistance ties it all together in a neat little bow. Your immune system, metabolism, stress hormones are all in constant conversations. When one goes off, the others echo it. If you are just now realizing how many things link back to stress, food, sleep. What are the 5 things I always say? Get your calories in, food. Get your protein in, food. Get your water in, dehydration. Get your sleep in, so sleep. And do your intentional breathing, stress. Do those 5 things and you will crush this journey. That's what you need, is those 5 things right there. Do them and you will crush this journey. Work on your 5 goals every day. We need to get back to concentrating on those goals every day. We need to start each live doing intentional breathing to make sure that you get them every day. Because I do them hourly, every hour, probably every half hour. I do my intentional breathing. I do it a lot. It's something that you can do. You can do it when you're walking. You know, you can do it when you're sitting. You can do it when you're laying. It doesn't matter what position you're in. You can do intentional breathing. So that should be an easy one to get in throughout the day. The 15 is finally helping, Betty. Good. And remember, Betty, when you're hungry, 2 bites of protein, a glass of water, and 15 minutes. And then go and eat slowly. So let's talk about insulin a little. Insulin is that balancing hormone. It's not the enemy. It really isn't. It's your messenger. I know we villainize insulin so much because of diabetes. The only thing that people hear about insulin is diabetes, bad, insulin, blah, blah, shots, icky, bad, high costs, put it in the fridge. Y'all only hear the bad stuff. Well, let's talk about insulin. When you eat, your blood sugar goes up. Of course, there's sugar in food. All foods have sugar. Whether you realize it or not, all foods break down into sugars. Insulin's job is to open your cells so they can use that sugar for energy. You're welcome, Betty. But if your cells get bombarded from too many spikes and too little movement or chronic stress, they stop listening to insulin. They're getting hit with too much stuff, so they just shut down. And that's where insulin resistance comes in. So your pancreas shouts louder, pumping more insulin into your blood. And your blood sugar stays high. Your body reads that as inflammation. When you have high insulin, you're on high alert. You are very, very vigilant when you have high insulin. What's over there? What's over there? What's over there? That's why balancing the blood sugar isn't about perfection. It's about peace within your body. We want peace inside and out. Bring back the 70s. We want peace. Need meds to sleep. Do we get the same effects on cortisol? No. You need a good 7 hours of sleep. And I guess if you get there on meds, yes, it'll work for you. But you really need to get a good 7 hours. So if you can get there with medication, I guess yes. I'll change my answer. Yes. I think you can get to your cortisol level. Usually around the 7-hour mark is where your cortisol goes down. And the leptins are released to make your cortisol go down. If you've ever felt that crash, shaky, irritable, hungry after sweets, that's your insulin to glucose roller coaster. It goes up and then it comes down and you crash. And I'm sure you've seen it in kiddos too. It's like, wait for the sugar rush to end. So how does the body heal when it feels safe? I think it's worth mentioning sleep apnea. Yes. Many people do suffer from sleep apnea. And with sleep apnea, as long as you're wearing your device and you are getting to sleep and you are sleeping through your episodes, you should be good. But before you're diagnosed, when you're having 50, 60 episodes an hour where you're not breathing, you are not getting good sleep. You're cortisol is not going down and your body's in high stress, and it usually makes people thicker. So which comes first? The thicker body and then the sleep apnea, or the sleep apnea and then the thicker body? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. I have no idea. Did the sleep apnea make me big, or did my bigness bring on the sleep apnea? Who knows? But when your body feels safe, not starving, not sprinting from stress, that saber-toothed tiger, arr. Inflammation eases, insulin drops, cortisol drops, liver, muscles, the gut begin communicating clearly without all those spikes going on. The information highway is open again. That's when you notice calmer digestion, fewer cravings, steadier moods. You know people that as soon as they're stressed, they reach for a bag of chips or a tub of popcorn or a tub of ice cream or popcorn. Popcorn works too. They reach for something to eat. You know those people. And it's the cortisol. It shuts down that information in your gut, and then you gotta have something. This is what people mean when they say the fog lifted, though, is when you are communicating clearly with your liver, with your muscles, with your gut. It's like everything just lifted up. Healing happens in safety, never in struggle. When you're in struggle mode, healing is not going to happen, period. You are safe here. You are enough, and you are safe. Okay. Oh, the gut-brain connection. Always goes back to that gut-brain connection. Here's where the gut-brain connection, and yes, the gut-brain reset many of us are on, comes in. That GLP journey. Your gut releases signals that tells your brain when you're full, when you're calm, and when you're under threat. It's your gut feeling. You know how people say, trust your gut? It is your gut that sends that signal to your brain. Trust your gut. When the gut is inflamed, those messages are distorted. It's like talking through water. I don't know what to say. The result is food noise, anxiety, mood dips, sugar cravings, that distortion, all those spikes coming in at you. When inflammation in the gut quiets, those signals get clear. I know what to say now. Appetite balances. Cravings fade. Go away. And calm returns. Go away. Go away. We don't need those chips. We don't need that popcorn. Go away. We're fine. We're safe. Go away. The cravings are blocked. That's how your GLP journey supports inner peace. Not by force, but by physiology. If you've noticed your mood lifting as your digestion improves, that's a plus. And that's the way it should go. It doesn't always go that way, but that's the way it should go. So now how about the stress insulin loop? Let's connect stress back to insulin, because these two dance together so well. Stress hormones raise blood sugar. So if you can run from the tiger. Hi, Rebecca. That's where people are hangry, exactly. If you're stressed daily, your body keeps flooding sugar into your bloodstream, even without food. The pancreas then releases more insulin and the cycle repeats. Chronic stress literally teaches your cells to ignore insulin. I know you guys have heard my truck analogy, but here it goes. Sugar is released in your bloodstream. That signals the pancreas to release insulin, carrying fuel. Okay? Insulin's driving the truck through the bloodstream, and it wants to take the fuel to the organs that are pulling the bell to the brain, saying, I'm hungry, feed me, I'm hungry, feed me, I'm hungry, feed me, I'm hungry, feed me. Well, he stops at the first organ. He says, liver, I have energy for you. The brain says to the pancreas, you're hungry, so the pancreas sent me to you. And the liver looks at insulin and goes, I don't want your energy, insulin, and snubs him off. He's a snob. The insulin is from the wrong side of the tracks. The liver wants bougie energy, not the one from insulin. So insulin goes to the next organ, and the next organ, and the next organ, and everything happens the same way. Everybody's bougie. They want the good stuff. They don't want insulin's energy. So insulin drops it off in the fat fields and then goes back to the pancreas for more and repeats the process because the organs are still calling for more food. I'm hungry, feed me. I'm hungry, feed me. I need energy, feed me. Thank you for the populars, Tam. So then what happens? We've got too much sugar. We've got an oversaturation of insulin. And nobody's taken the fuel to burn it off. So you've got spikes. Spikes everywhere. It's horrible. and everybody's in trouble about it. Stress hormones raise blood sugar so you can run from the tiger. If you're stressed daily, your body keeps flooding sugar into your bloodstream even without food. The pancreas then repeats the cycle, sends out more insulin trucks. Chronic stress literally teaches your body cells to ignore the insulin. We don't want your fuel, insulin. We want someone else's. So the calm work we do, breathing, sleeping, setting boundaries, it's not fluff. It's blood sugar management. The dogs are going to get loud, sorry. Calming inflammation. I'm going to pause this. Okay, I guess it's not bad. They'll probably start as soon as I start again. Yep, that's okay. I'm just going to go on. So, calming inflammation, real world tools. Here's a simple, science backed way to cool chronic inflammation. Protein, protein, protein at every meal, and protein first. It stabilizes the insulin, it repairs the tissues. Colorful produce, antioxidants that neutralize inflammatory molecules. Omega-3 fats like salmon and walnuts. I didn't know walnuts had omega-3s to help calm the immune system. Hydration. Many of us need work on hydration. Friends. Water flushes. Thank you for the balloons. Water flushes byproducts of inflammation. Gentle movement. Walking moves lymph and lowers cholesterol. Sleep. 7 to 8 hours. Your body's nightly anti-inflammatory reset is your sleep. And forgive yourself faster. Shame is inflammation for the soul. Hold on just a second again, guys. Sorry, I'm going to pause the live. So inner peace phase, biology meets calm. Here's what peace looks like on paper. Blood sugar stays stable. Cravings quiet. Sleep deepens. Digestion steadies. Energy evens out. That's your nervous system and your hormones agreeing for once. It's not luck, it's biology. And the cool part, this calm, this peace, it's not temporary. The more you practice it, the more your body learns that you are safe and to stay in the calm state. So tonight, we learned that inflammation is your body's alarm system. Insulin is the messenger that keeps energy balanced. Chronic stress keeps the alarm stuck in the on position, annoyingly screaming at us. Your gut-brain GLP journey helps turn that alarm off. You don't heal by punishing your body into silence. You heal by teaching peace. When insulin steadies, inflammation cools and calm returns. And that is healing from the inside out. So one final time, let's do it. In through the nose. Count to 10. Out through the mouth. Shoulders relax. Jaw relaxes. You are safe. You are enough. And we are done. Are there any questions?